Hey, pick 'em pop, big gun Brian Petrie, giving out the lot. One is mortal, you know it won't miss. Gonna take a shot, dog lock, that's the underdog. Yeah, they in the hunt, send them home, that's KO or submission. Yeah, somebody done, slime ball, yeah, that's the parlay. We gon' make it known, pick 'em pop from MMA takes. Yeah, let's get it going.
Woo! We're back. Back from vacation, looking a little tan. Tan Brian's in the house. Well, good. Rescued an elephant right there. Her name's Luna. No big deal. No big deal. What's up with the what's up? Listen, I owe you guys an apology. Man, I had all intentions of recording last week. I did the Anakin Florian. If you watched that, I didn't have a dongle. There's no dongle for my MacBook to plug in the USB mic I had, yada. Went and bought one at Best Buy. About 25 minutes away, I went and did. And then just, I'm on vacation. I love the card. Was going to do it Thursday. Was going to do it Friday. Things got away from me. I'm having fun with my family on the beach. My daughters are older now, so they want to be in the pool. They want to go to the beach. They want to do this. I'm doing a new program right now. So I gotta turn some things off here. We're trying to show screen tab. There's quality indicators. Yeah, there we go. I had to turn everything off. Sorry, new program right now. I'm not gonna fucking shout them out like I did with the other ones. We're gonna see. I got a tech ghost. We know this shit happens, old BP. But listen, vacation was amazing. This is the recap show. I'm gonna recap the past two events. And then we got the pick'ems this week. The Anakin Florian pick'ems. If you haven't seen it yet, when you're watching this, the Anakin Florian pick'ems, the whole show is amazing every week, but this week in particular, Kenny and I were on fire. John was on fire. Go watch it when it drops immediately on DraftKings YouTube. Incredible stuff. But yeah, no. So I apologize. I feel like, and sometimes I get down on myself a little bit. I feel like now that I'm kind of popping a little bit, I got 2,500 Twitter followers, over 1,000 Instagram followers. I mean, I'm still a nobody, but I'm getting a lot of DMs. People like me. I'm getting new fans via the Anakin Florian show. Obviously, that's the big show I'm on that they're putting me on, yada, yada. And I feel like sometimes I'm taking a backseat to this. This is my show. This is what I do, right? This is just me. And I feel like it's taking a backseat at times. The tech stuff really got to me. It bothered me. And I'm like, well, I'm fucking dumb, blah, 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 whatever. I'm crazy. And then I was just burnt out at work, at my real job. Not this. I can never get burnt out on doing this. But like 2 weeks before this, 3 weeks, let's say, before the vacation, I'm just burnt out. I got a lot of stuff going on with my mom. I had a knee thing. Work is just, there's a lot of, shit going on at work. It's fine, but it's just like, it just wears on you, right? It just wears on you. My wife's grandfather's getting sick and it just, life happens, right? And I felt like I wasn't fully committed to this and I feel bad. So I want to apologize to everyone who's sticking with me, who's still subscribing, who's still rocking with me. Sorry last week. I was on vacation. A valid excuse. We're on the beach getting golden with your beautiful children, your beautiful wife, spending time with your grandmother who you haven't seen since your grandfather's funeral. Hasn't been to Wilmington, North Carolina in 2 years, which is one of my favorite places in the world. I just kind of needed the reset button, right? I watched the fights there on Saturday. I did a pick 'em for that with the boys. And then I brought everything. I didn't bring my whole setup, but I brought, my computer, obviously, headphones, microphone, whatever. So I want to apologize to the people that watch MMA Takes, that rock with me, that have been here from, it doesn't matter if you're day one, which I know I have a lot of day one guys, came from the Anakin Florian. I love every single one of you. Thank you for rocking with me. But vacation was just awesome. I mean, if you get a chance to go to Wilmington, there's two beaches in Wilmington, Carolina Beach, Wrightsville Beach. Carolina Beach has like a boardwalk. It's cool. It's a little more younger crowd. I'm an old man. We stay at Wrightsville, had a condo right on the beach, watching the fight Saturday night, hearing the waves crash, watching the fights. I mean, fucking gorgeous. I'm not a beach guy. I love the ocean. I'll get in the ocean. I'll swim to the fucking buoys. I'll wrestle and fight a shark, take its neck, fucking take its teeth and wear a necklace. I don't like the sand. Sand gets everywhere. If you know what I mean, like the fucking sand's a problem, right? And this is the third time we rented from this condo, Station 1, shout out Station 1 in Wrightsville Beach. This is the third time we rented from this condo. Each 2 times prior, they had sand toys, they had chairs, they had umbrellas, they had a whole thing for the beach. This one didn't. Now there was one of those wing stores across the street. We went and looked at that. Chairs are insane amount of money, right? I mean, listen, your boy's doing okay, but I ain't spending $80. I'll sit on the fucking ground. Should have got the chair because sitting on the sand, getting covered in sand sucks. Your daughter's trying to bury you. Your other daughter's trying to get in the ocean. When we froze up here, video froze. We're back. What's with the freeze? I think it has to be on my end, internet wise. I have 1 gig of internet, right? I upgrade it with Spectrum. Shout out Spectrum. I love the internet. Nothing is ever slow except when I do this. So I need to get someone in here and go, hey, bro, watch me record. Why do I freeze? Right? I got the local recordings on, so the freeze should be out of the main thing, but it usually isn't. I need to get someone here. I'm on vacation this week, so that's what I'm going to do. But the beach was incredible. The pool's nice. Swimming with my daughters, my little 6-year-old now. It was my daughter's birthday. Shout out Winnie James. She turned 6 on the 14th on Wednesday. Had a great there. There's a burger joint in Wilmington called Winnie's Burgers. Coincidentally enough, unreal burgers, amazing food. Shout out Winnie Burgers. Winnie Burgers. Fuck that up. But it was good. Nice relaxing time. Slept like a rock. And just got to really enjoy it, man. So, but again, I do feel bad that, I did get some DMs and messages like, hey, we got picks this week. Who are we doing? Where's the green hammer? I'm back now. I'm back. That's coming this week. I promise. That's coming. Full show, full picks, full focus. I think we did 7 or 8 on the Anakin Florian. So you got that rocking as well. Again, must-see show. So the 2 things I want to talk about, just a little quick story. I don't need to go in all my vacation. Again, I adopted an elephant, so I'm a fucking hero. I like the comments to be like, thank you, Brian, for, rescuing an elephant. But the 2 things I want to talk about is actually on the way home. I mean, I could get into how cute my kids are and how fun we had. My grandmother has amazing stories. I did one thing. My grandfather was an award-winning wood carver. He didn't know it was a talent he had till he moved to Wilmington, North Carolina. He started wood carving in like 1998, 1999. And has won a ton of awards and was invested in the wood, like basically started the wood shop in Wilmington. And those guys made some stuff from after he passed. They got a lot of his stuff, but he specialized in like sea things, like sea turtles and shells and Navy knots and whatnot. Just an incredible, talented man. So when I went down there, that's kind of like, I don't want to be greedy and be like, hey, grandma, I need one of my, I need something from grandpa. Right. But she gave me, I don't have it. I should have it. It's a piece of driftwood that he found that he carved up, made it look nice. And then these 2 little birds on the driftwood. It looks amazing. I got my mom this award-winning turtle that he made out of 1 piece of driftwood. That's something that she's really wanted. But that was really fucking cool to get that. I'm going to display it. It'll probably be back here. You'll see it. But, I got 2 little birds in my life with my daughter. So it was very fitting. But, man, love that. Love the shit out of it. That was great. And then just picking my grandma's brain about everything. I mean, she's 93, could be 94 this year. Or excuse me, 94 next year. Her birthday's in March. But great seeing her. We got emotional a couple times. That's what you're going to do. First time ever visiting her without my grandfather. So I'll save you all the sappy, boring stuff. We'll get the fight talk in a minute. But the 2 things that happened to me on the way home. So I rented a car. 22, Ford Explorer, right? Wanted a bigger car. My mom was going to come with us, give her some spacious room. She did not come, whatever. The guy told me, he's like, hey, because I rented via Turo, which was the first time I've ever done that. I hate renting from a car lot because it's a hassle. Turo's dope. Guy's like, hey man, when you drive this thing, just pay attention to your speed because you can be going 90 and it feels like you're going 50. Like it's just the sensitive wheel, whatever, or pedal. I go, okay, cool. And I'm not a fast driver, right? I'm not. My wife's the fast driver. I am not a fast driver, never have been. So on the way home, the seats in the Ford Explorer were bad. My ass is killing me. I'm driving the whole way. It's a 10 and a half hour drive. My right leg's killing me. I don't trust cruise control. Fuck cruise control. I don't trust you. Right leg's killing me. My wife's rubbing my back, my neck. I'm all fucking uncomfortable being a little fucking bitch about it. And we're in Ohio, about an hour and 20 minutes away in eastern Ohio on this big stretch of 32. And I thought the speed limit was 65, maybe even 70. I wasn't paying attention, but I was paying attention to my speed the whole time. And we're on this 2-lane stretch. I see no cop anywhere. It's me and a guy on a motorcycle. We're both kind of right next to each other. Cop gets behind me, flashes his lights. I go, oh, how fast are you? I look down. I was like at like 75 when I look down. And I'm like, okay, so this is a 70. We can't be pulling me over. Is he pulling the motorcycle over? Me and the motorcycle like look at each other like, what, who is it? So we slow down. The guy's behind me. And then I'm not going to get off to the left. So him and I, the motorcycle, put our hazards on and we slowly drift to the right. Are you blowing past us? Like, what are you doing? He goes off into the grass and stops. I go, what the fuck? And I kind of wave the motorcycle guy on. Then he gets back on and gets behind the motorcycle guy. And I'm in front of the motorcycle. And I'm like, what is happening? And he waved the motorcycle off. And then it was pulling me over. So we pull over. My daughter's in the back screaming, are we going to jail? Oh my God, we're going to jail. Cop comes up, little skinny, Barney Fife looking dude. You almost caused an accident. Just screaming at me right away. You almost caused an accident with that motorcycle. I'm trying to pull you. I'm like, sir, I said, I didn't know who you were trying to pull over. You went off to the left. I'm not going to pull over to the left. You went in the grass. I'm definitely not doing that. Me and the motorcycle were neck and neck. I didn't want sure who you pulled over. You got behind him too. And then him and I were communicating with like hand signals and stuff. Like we both slowed down to almost a stop. And I was very polite and said, sir, and everything. He's like, all right. And I'm sorry. I said, I apologize, whatever. Give him the information, say it's a rental, give him my ID, insurance card, my own insurance card, whatever. He goes back into his thing for like 25 minutes. I'm like, oh, okay. So he saw the cute kids in the back. I told him I was coming from the beach. We're about an hour away from home. I don't know how fast I was going at this point. I said, how fucking fast was what is it through here? Because there's no signs posted in these fucking boondock areas of Ohio. And I'm like, well, how fast was it going? He didn't tell me anything, right? So he comes back. I knew I was getting a ticket immediately. You spend 20 minutes back there. You pop my ID in. You're looking me up. I'm clean, crystal clean. And so you're spending the rest of the time writing the ticket. Then he comes up and he goes, yeah, so on your ID, it doesn't say your hair color, your weight. You want to give that to me? I was like, sure. I was like, yeah, like 260, which I'm not. 260 dark hair. And he goes, okay. He writes it down. He goes, all right, so give me a ticket. If you want to dispute it, you can or whatever, blah, blah, blah. You got to go to court. It's due this Thursday. And I'm like, usually they give you a month for these things to do 155 bones, right? And I go, yeah, I said, apologize, sir, because I'm not I'm not whipping my phone out. Going, I'm filming you, cop, right? I don't deal with cops much. I go, excuse me, sir, I just want to know how fast I was going, right? Because I don't think you disclosed that to me. Oh, yeah, so you were going 80 and a 60. It was a 60 zone. He said I was going 80, which makes sense because, like I said, when I looked at the thing, I slowed down. I was going 75. I said, okay, yeah, sure. I mean, I'm not going to dispute anything. I'll fucking pay it or whatever. I went on my way, but first speeding ticket I've gotten in 20 years. Last time I got one, I was 17 years old. I've gotten, this is my third in my entire life. The first one I got when I was 16, first weekend I had my license. It was July 4th weekend. I go pick my buddy up, a good friend of mine who moved about 40 minutes away from me. So I go pick him up, highways and stuff. And I'm in my 1991 Honda Accord, stick shift. And my buddy in the back, I got 3 friends with me, and they go, this thing can't go fast. You can't go over 100. And I went, and, I try to reach 100, got pulled over. July 4th weekend. What are you doing? Cops everywhere. The dude cuffs me and puts me in the back of his car. He had a real bad stutter. And he goes, I don't know what you boys are going to be up to. Blah, blah, blah. I don't want to get attacked. I'm like, okay, we're not going to attack you, man. Gave me a ticket. I remember that was $78. Right? My parents would live and had to pay it. And then the second time I got a ticket, I had a 1989 Nissan Maxima, the worst car I've ever owned. Bought it for $1,800. This is when I was 17, 18 years old. The Honda didn't last long. 17 going on 18, I should say. And I got pulled over right by school because I had to pee, and the girl I was with had to pee. So we were kind of hustling. Got a speeding ticket in. So I haven't had one in 20 years. Again, I'm a slow driver. Thought the guy maybe give me a warning or something. Nah. Cute kids in the back. Nah. Beautiful wife to the right. Nah. Handsome tan guy. Nah. $155 that, I got to pay. And then the second thing is I don't live in a toll state. West Virginia is a toll state. We had to drive through West Virginia to through Virginia. Shout out Timbo to North Carolina. West Virginia, on the way there, the tolls are $4.25. There's 3 or 4 tolls. On the way back, we forgot to get cash. So we made it to the first 2 tolls, and we only had $3 left for the final one. And I was like, oh, they probably take cards or whatever. So I pull up, He's like, hey, do you take cards here, sir? And the guy's like, give me a bill. The most country back ass accent. I didn't hear what I said. What? And he prints out this thing. He's like, all right, sign that, give you a bill. And then he goes, I know, pull up on your license plate, give you a bill. And so I got a bill because I couldn't pay the toll. And they charge you, it's $4.25. They charge you $5. You can go online and pay it. It's like, golly, $5 more in the toll. And if you don't pay it in like 15 days, it goes up to 50. If you don't pay it in 30 days, it goes up to 100. Now, this is the rental car. He didn't have my ID or anything. He just had the rental car ID. So if the rental car guy is going through West Virginia, and he's like, hey, you didn't pay it. So I got to fucking pay that. All right, that's it. That was my trip. I'm home. I'm happy. I'm relaxed. I'm rejoiced. I'm ready to fucking attack this week's card. But we got to move back. I'm going to run through the pay-per-view real quick because I know a lot of people have already, it's been 2 weeks now, right? So a lot of people have already did it. Amanda Nunes, legend, completely shut out Irene Aldana. Maybe one of the worst performances in a title fight. Maybe. I mean, everyone can argue Kat Zaganos, got armbarred in like 7 seconds, something like that. Irene Aldana did nothing. Flat. I switched my pick to Benny Dariush. Got hammered on that. Charles Oliveira looked lights out. Underdog price. Timbo and Christian both at that. Speaking of that, Timbo won. He's the champ. Dominated. Mike Malott looked amazing. Canada star. Kid's a stud. Good looking kid. Finisher. Good on the ground. That high elbow arming guillotine. Kind of a la what Gordon Ryan shouted him out as something Gordon Ryan kind of, I don't know if he invented it, but he kind of put on the mainstream. And Mike Malott's like, yeah, dude, I got that from you. When Gordon Ryan shouted him out, super high level stuff, jumping on that neck. Danny Ige versus Nate the Train, man.
Hey, Nate the Train, baby.
It's always Nate the Train in this house. Always Nate the Train. But bad matchup for him. I mean, he looked valiant in his effort, Nate the Train. Didn't give up. Got hit with some big shots. Got dropped. Got up. He's tough as nails. But Danny Ige just looked on fire. That switch that he did with the left hand, unbelievable. Caught Nate, 2 or 3 times with that, put him down. And Nate just wasn't landing takedowns. The pressure, the cardio that Nate brings wasn't fucking with Danny Ige because Danny Ige brings that, and Danny Ige brings power. Just a high level, more evolved mixed martial arts. Ige looked great. Still Nate the Train all day. That's a bet I'm going to make every day of the week, even though it was a bad matchup. So I had a hedge. I had round 1 KO. That obviously didn't happen. Then I had Nate the Train money line. Then we got Erica, your boy Anders or Andre Barrio. Barrio was my mortal lock. Your boy looked good in the first round. Faded like I thought. Barrio doesn't fade. He's nasty in there. I mean, he's only been put out by Chitty. The guy's got a great chin, great cardio, great volume since he's down in Florida now. No contest between Chris Curtis and Imanov will end there because it's my boy. Jasmine embarrassed Miranda Maverick. Miranda Maverick's never going to be a minus 300 again. Jasmine, not going to try to pronounce her name. Zahabi knocked out Olichilon, the Mongolian murderer. Got murdered. Beautiful setup by Zahabi. Big swing and a miss from your boy there. I actually have money on Early Chilong as well. Just a straight wager. Slimeball lost. Did I go over on the Slimeball? No, hold on. I'll read the Slimeball. It's my little book. And then after Zahabi, you got Kyle Nelson versus Blake Builder. Fraud alert. Fraud. It should be flashed on your screen right now. Fraud. Blake Builder, fraud. Kyle Nelson, listen, tough, durable guy. But Blake Builder coming in with an entourage for his fighter meeting, acting like he's big shit, right? Big attitude, dud. Laid a fucking dud on the table there. Horrible performance. And then you got David Dovrak versus Steve Erskine. Had Erskine as a dog here, liked him as a dog, did a lot of tape study on him, saw the value in him, saw the talent. I know he's going against a top 10 guy here, but Steve Erskine is a big, long guy, great jiu-jitsu, good stand-up, a little bit hittable, but looks like he can take it. Looks like he rolls well with punches. So I hit that as a dog as well. And then Belbita over Maria Oliveira. I hit that one, but that's just a pick, no bet. 5 and 6 on my picks. 1 and 3 on my locks. And then my slime ball, which I don't remember what I gave out. I'm still on vacation brain. Last week, I didn't give anything. So June 10th, I gave out Mike Malott. That's a dub. Blake Builder, barf. And then Miranda Maverick, double barf. Plus 182 loss. But your boy and Barry at over 2.5, minus 165. Green Hammer goes 8-6 on the year. Nailed it. Some would say I hammered it. Playing words. And then my slime ball parlay goes in 6-12 on the year. So not great on the slime ball. We got to really start fucking winning, man. We got to start cleaning that up this week. Obviously no slime ball, no green hammer. Last week, this week, there will be a green hammer and will be a slime ball. I'm still going through it. All right. Move cards, switch cards. Oh, real quick. Chris Curtis. All right. So he got a little shit online. I tweeted my, what I thought about it. And some people kind of said something to me, well, he was going to get knocked out anyway, blah, blah. Yeah. Fight wasn't going his way. Imanov looked great in the first round. Second round, Imanov was looking really good too. My analysis of the fight was Chris would have had to really work the body, what he was doing, and hope that Imanov was going to slow him in the third like he's done in the past, coming off ankle surgery. Didn't look like he was going to. Chris looked like he was en route to a 30-27 decision loss. Maybe he would have won the third round. Maybe would have done deep, won the third round. Very competitive. He wasn't getting blown out of the water, but Imanov was just doing enough, peppering him, hitting him, moving better than Chris. And Chris came out kicking a lot, which is nice. Kick to the body, kick to the head, kick to the legs, threw a kick to the head, missed. Was like a hook kick. More of that, right? But, he was losing. He was losing the fight. Caught the headbutt. A lot of people blame Chris for these headbutts because there's 2 fights in a row now. Chris is southpaw fighting a guy who switched stances. They collide in, right? They both collided heads. Chris got a cut, corneal abrasion, eye swelled up. And then not only that, the ref stopped it because it was accidental, wasn't purpose, so he didn't get 5 minutes. Herzog, one of the best referees in the world, is my favorite referee in the world. Herzog's like, man, blah, blah, blah. Chris is trying. Then it seized up because you get brunt contusion on the eye. Your eye starts seizing up. You're panicking, a la Jeremy Stevens in Mexico. I've referenced that before. It seized up, and he's trying everything. The doctor's in there. He's using Herzog's towel. Now, I'm not saying Chris would have won the fight. Chris was losing the fight. I'm not saying Chris would have even. I mean, listen, not many people finished Chris, but the way the fight was going. There's a logical reasoning saying he could have got finished, right? I understand that, but what I'm not going to tolerate, he's looking for a way out. That's just not who Chris is. Chris is over 40 fights, over 50 fights if he had his amateur career, has never not been able to fight, ever. Never once. That's not who he is. He has taken all the hardest fights on the regional scene and lost some of them. That's why he didn't get to the UFC till late, because he's taking the hard fights no one would take because no one would fight him. You look at his record, right? And then he moved to Vegas and really changed his life and got in the UFC and insured himself up. I've talked to him after the fight. He's in great spirits. I know he's a sore loser. A lot of people like to bag on him, like, oh, what's the excuse gonna be now? He's handling it well. That was a real thing, right? It's a real thing. Could he have fought? Could he have dug deep and go, yeah, I'll fight with one eye, whatever? Not the smartest thing when they're losing. It's a no contest. They could run it back if they want. I think the general perception is everyone thought Imanov was going to win. So the promotion, I think, will kind of move him along like that was a win for him. You know what I mean? Even though it wasn't, they're like, he was winning that fight. Let's keep moving Imanov along. Chris, having a boy, having a kid, another boy. He said he wants to get back there in October. I think his kid's due in December. Get back there in October, September, have his baby in December, maybe come back the next year, obviously come back the next year. So it's unfortunate. I can tell you without a shadow of doubt, because I know the man, that he did not quit. If you check the fucking tapes, I have been very critical of people pulling out of fights with injuries. Diego Sanchez, Alan Petrie against Mason Jones, several others. I mean, I've been doing this for 4 years. I'm sure there's a laundry list of things I've done, right? And said about certain fighters. I don't know that. And I can understand why people are saying that on Twitter. But I can tell you in my heart, 100%, he did not quit out of that fight. He did not go, oh shit, I'm losing. Let me take the easy way out. I can assure you he didn't do that. I can assure you the cut was bad. The head was bad. The eye started seizing. That all happened. That's real. Maybe you can go, well, he panicked. That's why the eye seized. Maybe if he calmed down, sure, whatever. But talk to him in good spirits, very upset. Not very upset. He applauded Jason Herzog. Jason Herzog did his job, did he was supposed to do, begged to stay in the fight and everything like that. But you got to move on. That's the rules, right? Herzog's amazing, but is so pissed that he got taken down and got ruined his 100% takedown defense. As Imanov was getting the back, and I've rewatched this, and Chris told me his glove got caught in his shorts. So as he went to go fight the hands, his gloves caught in his shorts and he got taken down. He's so pissed and upset that was the deciding factor of him getting taken down. Not to win the fight or anything, but that cost him his 100% takedown offense. And I don't blame him. He said Imanov didn't feel strong, didn't feel big in there. He felt a little behind, slow. Imanov was fast and moving, but as far as a takedown goes, he's like, he didn't feel like anything I've never felt before. My fucking glove got caught. I was fighting the hands. I got taken down. So very upset about that, which I love. But I love Chris Curtis. It's always Chris Curtis love on this show. That's my brother. This guy's my brother. R.I.P. Slaughterhouse. So yeah. So he's very active. And now with the cut and the eye injury, take some time, brother. Take some time. Work on your skills. You're starting to get outworked on the feet by some of these guys at lateral movement. That's kind of the blueprint on you. You drop the first round. That's kind of the blueprint on you. Let's fix some of those things. I know you're 40 fights in, whatever, you're 35 years old. We got to fix those things, though. We can fix those. And I say we because I'm a part of it, even though I'm not, right? Let me yug this nectar of the gods real quick. Oh, man, that's some kapacha juice. If you're into ASMR, I'm probably just fucking turning you on right now with all that. All right, so the fights this weekend. I didn't give out any official picks, so I almost don't want to tell you my record. I went 8-3 on my picks. I selected all the picks, right? Like I normally do. Hard copies, whatever, I'm an old man. But I didn't do the podcast. I didn't submit them. I didn't give them out to the world. So this shouldn't really count, right? I went 8-3 on my picks. I'm only up $2. $2. I hit Cannonier in the main event by decision plus 300, but I went heavy on CLD. Christian Leroy Duncan, who the fraud signs are they're just warming up. They're not blazing like Blake Builder because Christian Leroy Duncan fought a good guy, but they're just, they're there, right? They're there. They're almost there. Got a lot of shit for that. I went 3-1 on my picks on the Anakin Florian. That was my 4-unit swing there. And just, ugh. Main event, Marvin Vettori, Jared Cannonier. Unbelievable, my man. Main event. Are you fucking kidding me? Jared Cannonier broke the striking record. Listen, you might want to test. I'm not going to say, you know what? Check the guy's piss. 39 years old. Dicey of all diced up. And just cardio like that for days. Mixing grappling with his takedowns. His open mat takedowns were incredible coming off the transitions. He looked world best. I know he's getting better. I know he's a hard worker, but man, I'm joking when I say test his piss because I don't want people to come at me like, oh, you think he's on steroids? But check his piss, man. Marvin Vettori. I mean, what's it going to take to get this blockhead out of there? I mean, this is what I'll say about him. The guy's too delusional and too stupid to get knocked out. Have you ever met a guy like that? No, it's Marvin Vettori. He probably thought he won the fight, even though his face was a mess. He got a record set on him. He's like, I landed some good shots. I hurt him in the first round. I won the first round. I'll give him the first round. 10-8 second round, maybe. And then, he battled back. I mean, the guy's got tremendous heart. As much as I bag on Marvin because seems like an easy target because he's dumb. He put on shorts backwards and all that shit. He's got spaghetti brains. But he's too dumb and delusional to get knocked out. That's my theory, right? There's all these theories. I talked about this on Anakin Florian. Is it your head shape? Is it your jaw shape? Do you have a short neck? Bone structure, your brain type, your skull type, injuries, cardio. I think it has to do with your build, your bone structure, your head, all that. Marvin's got a big head, big guy. I think it has to do a lot with your cardio as well. Better cardio, you can recover better. But Marvin got hit and hurt, but he didn't get dropped or anything. And I think a lot of it is mental. And he's so stupid and delusional that he's never getting knocked out. I mean, you got to hit the guy with a fucking cannon. A fucking cannon. My Little League days, Brian, the Little League. Heck yes. I mean, I don't know if I can get him with my bat, right? My fucking orange TPX, baby. They're illegal now. Sitting there, yeah, goosh. Co-main event, Tasharian, hold on, Sarukian. I always do that. Arman Sarukian, crazy high versus Silva. I put a little tiny sprinkle on Silva by KO. Almost got it in the second round. But Sarukian's a different guy, right? This dude's mental is incredible. I don't love the call out of Chandler. I think this guy is going to have a hard time finding fights. No one in the rankings ahead of him is going to fight him. They're just not. You're not going to get a Poirier. You're not going to get a fucking Gaethje. Islam will fight him, but you got to get there first, right? You got 2 losses in the UFC to Islam and Gamrot. Maybe rematch Gamrot. Excuse me. Him and Fiziev are training partners, so I doubt that's going to happen unless it's for a title. So you got a guy here who's not going to get a lot of offers, and he looked good. I mean, Silva's a big, powerful dude. Finished in that 3rd round, he showed toughness. He got clipped. Side of his head was fucking mangled from that punch. His cardio's elite, his wrestling's elite, and his finishing ability is really good. I mean, he pounded out Silva, who was a game Silva. That's the best Silva we've seen in a while. Obviously, I was on Sarukian and I was on Cannonier as well, which was a nice little dog play. No slime ball, but my locks went for 2 for 3. My dog lock was Carlos Hernandez. Or excuse me, my dog lock was not Carlos Hernandez. Excuse me, I wrote it down here. It was Jared Cannonier. Dog lock Jared Cannonier. Excuse me. Mortal lock was Manuel Torres, even though I flirted with Christian Leroy Duncan. Manuel Torres looked amazing. Mortal lock. And my send him home actually was Christian Leroy Duncan. For some reason, I thought he was great. I thought he was going to finish Petrosian, maybe on the ground, maybe on the feet. Maybe I'm a fucking idiot, whatever. Moves on Salikov versus Dalby. Dalby put that pressure on him. Salikov broke. Good fight. Dalby's huge for 170. And it's just a dog in there. If you watch that Jesse Ronson fight, what happened in that fight? Jesse Ronson put him down and choked him out. The only time he's ever been finished. Got overturned because Ronson popped for roids or weed or something stupid, right? So got overturned. It's not an official loss, but I mean, Dalby's a stud, right? Salikov just looked like he got overwhelmed. That's what you got to do with a guy fat flash like that. You got to fucking pressure him. Dalby did that. Dalby looked good. I got that wrong. I was on Salikov. Didn't bet that fight either. Manuel Torres is the fight I did bet. Nice win. Didn't go knockout. Only money line. Nicholas Mata, whatever. He's a good striker. Good kid. Was winning the fight. Was clipping Torres. Torres' defense isn't the best, but his power, his chin, and his persistence is. And Mota has been slept before by Jim Miller. Has been rattled his cage before. And Torres with that elbow just fucking sexy. Just my dick just went right on the table. So I was watching it. Unbelievable elbow. I mean, just the sexiest fucking thing you've ever seen. Manuel Torres is a guy to look out for. Clean up the defense. Got to see some ground game from him, but excited to watch him fight. Christian Leroy Duncan, CLD. Again, fraud lights are just blinking right now. I love cocky fighters. I do. I love Conor McGregor, I did. I know he's going through some stuff. If it's true, I don't love him, whatever. I'm not going to talk about that. It's a touchy subject because we're not going to get into it. I don't have clear thoughts for it, so I'm not gonna get into it. But I love cocky fighters, right? I do. I love Max Holloway's like, let's fucking go. Christian Leroy Duncan is fucking turning his back, doing some goofy shit. Bro, you're not winning the fight. You're turning your back, giving your back to a guy, faking elbows and kicks and shit, and you lost the round. You got 30-27. No, he maybe won the 3rd round. But what are you doing? I don't like that shit. 8-0 against a tough guy. Takedowns weren't there. Striking weren't there. Great kicks, no hands. And Petrosian looked bigger in there as well. So, yeah, that was a 4-unit swing on the Anakin Florian. I did not put 4 units on him in real life. I went 2.5. So you $280, right? $250 on Christian Leroy Duncan. And that fell flat. Bad bet. That might be at the end of the year when I talk about bad bets. That might be it. I didn't go Miranda Maverick in the slime ball. Or excuse me, I didn't bet her straight up. I did better in the slime ball. That could be another one, but that's bad. Pat Sabatini versus Almeida. I picked Sabatini. Last minute, I placed a bet on Almeida. I think maybe by knockout or something. It was a very high price. I went for it. Sabatini looked like an animal in there. Good grappling. Almeida has shown some really good strides. Lost the Contender Series, but looked good. Looked good in his UFC debut. And Sabatini, obviously coming off kind of an embarrassing loss where he got exposed a little bit, got knocked out by a guy who's not really known to knock people out. So obviously the chin's questioned, but the durability is still in question, but not the cardio, not the fucking grind, not his overall game. Usually he didn't hunt for submissions much in his career. He looked for TKOs. I like that he went for submissions a lot in this because that's what you got to do. You're going to take people down. Your strike numbers are low. If you look at your stats historically in the UFC, get some submissions. If you're a high-level grappler wrestler going, I can take anyone down, work your fucking submission game. Get a good head and arm. Get a good choke. Get a great rear naked choke because Most of the time, if you're out positioning guys, they're trying to work their way to the feet. They're going to give your back, hop on the back, yank. You know what I mean? A lot of guys didn't do that. Like Ben Askren could have maybe been one of the best fighters. His striking is terrible. His striking never would have been good, but his wrestling was so good. I mean, he's literally one of the top 10 best collegiate wrestlers of all time, right? He brought that to the UFC, brought that to MMA, and dominated before he got in the UFC. But if this guy learned any jiu-jitsu, which he has said, I did not learn any, I mean, this is a guy who could have had a whole different career. But good for Pat Sabatini, Philly tough. You got Alessandro Costa versus Jimmy Flick. Anytime I see Jimmy Flick, I go opposite. Had a nice little hit on Costa there. Kid's a beast for 125. Someone to keep an eye out. Big power, good takedown defense, explosive. Definitely keep an eye out for him. We got Teresa Blenda versus Gabriel Fernandez. Gotta admit, didn't watch this fight. It was on the TV, but this was dinner time, and I was munching on some tacos. I know Blenda got caught in that third round and almost got put out. I know she's a Czech Republic female that people are high on. Good grappling in that fight from what I saw. But yeah, she got caught in that third round. Modestas Bukauskas versus Zach Puanga. I had Bukauskas first bet of the night. I believe this was the first fight of the night, right? My card's a little different, but because we had some canceled bouts here. But yeah, Modestas Bukauskas got caught, got rocked a little bit, but since he has returned to the UFC, this is his second performance better than anything he showed in the UFC prior. I like his confidence. I like his cardio. Puanga isn't a high level guy. Probably not. Shouldn't be in the UFC. He's gonna probably get one more shot, but maybe not. Not the most high level guy, but does hit hard. And Bukauskas could have finished this fight if he did some things better in round one. I know you don't want to rush, but he just laid off the gas. He was hurting Puanga with everything. And for some reason didn't put the gas on. Was like, all right, I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna be patient. Then you're a little too patient. Then they get their wits about you, and then your punches until the third round really weren't cracking Zach like they were in the first round. So I think he blew an opportunity to get a finish. But good win by Bukauskas there. Ronnie Lawrence versus cancel fight. Hani Barcelos, catch your head. That is got canceled with Miles Johns. Carlos Hernandez versus Dennis Bonder. We'll get to Ronnie Lawrence versus Daniel Argueta. We'll get to Konyo Kang versus Christian Quinones. Got that fight wrong. Thought Quinones would knock out Kang. Kang looked great. Took the neck, dropped him. Good win. And then we got Felipe Burns versus Zalgas, which was my extra play with that fucking hair. He's fighting this weekend though. Got canceled as well. Burns popped for something. So we'll get to the two fights. Carlos Hernandez versus Dennis Bonder. Listen, I've been watching MMA for a long time. I'm starting to get into collegiate wrestling in Olympic wrestling because I want to know who I should root for to come to MMA. That was a slam that hurt him. You know what I mean? Heads hit head. Technically, I guess by the rules, you can be an asshole. But Carlos Hernandez finished that fight. Impressive finish. That's a slam. That happens. You know what I mean? What are you going to do? You know what I mean? What are you going to do? They took that from him. He won the fight. Thank God. But he looked on fire. Good dog money there on Carlos Hernandez as well. But yeah, I feel like they took not a victory, but a finish away from him. He took the mic. He was feeling himself. He looked pretty fucking good. Cardio on point. Bonder had a little bit of hype. People did like this guy coming in there. That's why Hernandez was the dog. But yeah, I mean, Bonder got a little cocky as well and was just getting tagged the fuck up and then finished with a couple seconds left in the round. But I guess if you're going by the rules, if we're a bunch of nerds and we're following the rules, there was a head clash, but that's a slam, baby. That's a fucking slam in any day of the week. Give Carlos Hernandez his finish bonus. And then the no contest, Ronnie Lawrence is Daniel Argueta. Last thing we'll talk about here, and then we are done with the recaps, babe. Argueta was a dog I was interested in. I picked Ronnie Lawrence for the record, so I got that one wrong. But Argueta was a dog I liked. He's down in weight, which I thought he was too small to be up in weight. Down in weight, underrated grappler, underrated striker, right? And I think the kid, if he puts it together, is good. Ryan Lawrence has no takedown offense, loves the scrambles, wants to be on the ground. But Argueta was dominating position after position. It was early in the fight. And no nonsense. I mean, I know my boy Timbo is heated about this. So my initial reaction, my wife actually put me in check. My wife doesn't watch a ton of fights with me. She can maybe name 5 fighters. If I say, don't name Conor McGregor, name 5 fighters. She maybe can. Believe it or not, I mean, listen, my life is MMA, and it's funny how little she knows about it, if I'm being honest with you. but very supportive. She was sitting with me while we're watching the fights. And I initially was like, you can't play that game. Peterson's right on top of you and you're looking to tap, right? And his hand was moving a little bit. And I know it moved because when Peterson grabbed it to see if he's awake, stop the fight. I like that Keith Peterson took accountability. Life's about accountability, people. And he took accountability. I fucked up, right? But I initially was like, no. You're playing that game. Your hand's out there ready to tap. You're not fighting the choke. How are you going to get out? It's like an Alexander Volkanovski situation. His hand wasn't ready to tap. He's like, I'm going to go out or I'm going to fight this. And he fought out of it. I initially was like, nah, you can't play that game, right? And then my wife checks me and goes, yeah, but he wasn't out. The ref fucked up. That's just a choke. He wasn't out. And I looked at her. I was like, first off, who are you? And second off, you're absolutely right. So my initial instinct was like, nah, man, you're playing that game, Ronnie Lawrence. But then on the whole, it kind of sucks. He wasn't out. They don't need to run that back, right? They both need to move on to different things. I mean, they might run it back. The UFC does that. But, it's a no contest. I feel bad for Argueta. Feel bad for the guys who took Argueta because he was a plus 200 something underdog, I believe. And he looked like he was going to win that fight no matter what, unless he completely fell off a cliff cardio-wise. He was winning that fight. But, yeah, I definitely pulled a 180 on my stance on that. Timbo wishes death upon Keith Peterson, who I like that he took, hey, listen, I fucked up. Sorry. Went to the monitor, talked to his colleagues. I fucked up. Reffing is a very tough job. I think Keith Peterson, not the best ref. Is he top 5? I have to sit down and make a list. But I don't know if he's let's do it right now. We got some time, right? So top 1, in my opinion, Jason Herzog. Number 2, I mean, you're going to give Goddard that? I think Goddard has made some mistakes. I think Goddard's up there. I think Herbie Dean is still in the top 5. I know people disagree with that. Dextane Dan on that, you know what I mean, is because back in the day, you only had so many refs. Back in the day, you had McCarthy, you had Mazzagatti, you had Yamasaki, you had Josh Rosenthal. And then Dextane Dan came in, and then Herb Dean came in. Man, this is tough. Top 5 refs. So it's not Tyone. It's not Mark Smith. That the Jalel guy with the no neck, right? The light-skinned black guy, the no neck guy. What's his name? Jalel Villiers or whatever. Is he already top 10? Is he in the top 5? Excuse me. I don't know. All right, so my number 1 is Jason Herzog. Fill out the 4 yourself because I don't know. I think Goddard's in the top 5. Yeah, I know it's not Cyrus Maya. I know he's not in there. I know it's not that Russian guy who wants people to die in there. Definitely Vladimir Kotovsky, whatever the fuck. It ain't him. All right, that's the show, baby. It felt good to be back. It felt good to do a recap show. Doing picks this week. Not going to do it live. By the way, in the comments, let me know if you'd like it live or pre-recorded. So I pre-record and I put the graphics on the screen. I let you guys have at it. I release it early. The live, usually I go up on like Thursday night or whatever. Interaction with you guys is great. Maybe I can do a pre-recorded thing and then add some kind of live, whatever. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you guys prefer, right? But thank you for rocking with me. I'm sorry I've been a little spazzy and haven't put out, in my opinion, content that lives up to what I want. And consistency has been the key my whole life. I've preached consistency and I have not been very consistent. And that is unexcusable in my world. I'm going to fix that. Yeah, man. Brian Peach MMA on Twitter, right? Brian Peach MMA on Instagram, right? Instagram, when you DM me on Instagram, sometimes it gets sent to a weird box. And I just saw a guy weeks ago want me to shout out his buddy for his birthday. And I did it. And I feel bad. Right. So let me shout out my guy now. Let me see what he said. Right. Tylen Jr., one of your followers, is your biggest fan from your work on Annika Florian podcast. So you might not even listen to me here. He would get a kick out of you messaging him happy birthday today. All right. So I did not do that. That was on June 2nd. I just got back today with it on June 19th. That's an embarrassment, right? I apologize to Jay Usi, but happy birthday, bro. Happy birthday, man. Sorry I missed you. June 2nd is my wife's birthday. Sorry I missed that. But yeah, if you want to get a hold of me, Twitter is better. And if I follow you on Instagram, I think it comes right in. But I don't follow a ton of people. Whatever. I don't know. Brian Peach MMA on all social medias. Hit that fucking subscribe button. We're at 1350. I get a 400, man. 400 by the end of July. By the end of July, right? You want to see these muscles in HD, baby? You want to see me rocking 400, 1400? Did I mess that up? I did. I think it's time to go. Let's go, baby.